2024 has been the second bull market year, but the biotech sector did nothing. It stayed flat. But hey, things are looking up for 2025. Welcome back to the Biotech Investor Channel. I'm Wasim Laroussi, and today we're going to talk about what the hell happened to biotech in 2024. We'll get into how recent political and regulatory changes might shake things up in 2025, how the Fed's interest rate decisions could play a role, and at the very end, we'll look at the top 5 best and worst biotech sectors of 2024. Let's dive in. It's been an important year, full of potential regulatory changes and shifts in economic policy. One of the biggest moves was the appointment of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services, which initially sent both pharma and biotech stocks plummeting. But I actually think it's great news for biotech. RFK Jr. is all about medical innovation, and many expect him to make things a bit easier, especially for companies working on advanced therapies like stem cell research. If his promises hold up, we might see faster FDA approvals and better support for small biotechs. That could mean cheaper drugs for patients and a healthier environment for innovative treatments. Now, let's talk about Uncle Powell at the Fed. They recently cut interest rates, which in theory gives small-cap biotechs cheaper access to capital. Perfect for research and development, right? But the market's reaction was pretty tame. The XBI only moved up a little after the announcement, which suggests cheaper money alone might not solve all the challenges biotech faces. Plus, Jerome Powell hinted there might be fewer rate cuts in 2025 than many expected, so that put a damper on things. We will likely see a cautious Fed balancing inflation with economic growth. If they decide to cut rates again, small biotechs get another shot at more affordable financing. But if they keep rates steady or raise them, weaker biotechs might struggle to raise cash, which could lead to further dilution and more mergers and acquisitions. Also, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are pushing to cut red tape in government-backed research funding and regulatory approvals. That could be huge for smaller biotechs that need grants. They might get faster access to public money, and we might see a rise in public-private partnerships. Trump's angle on tariffs and trade deals could go either way. Tariffs on imported biotech materials could drive up costs for American companies, but bringing manufacturing back to the US might open new opportunities for local biotech manufacturers. All things considered, this might be a great environment for small-cap biotech if everything goes right. Keep an eye on those developments though, because they could be a blessing or curse, depending on how things shake out. Looking at the past, biotech has had its shares of ups and downs. This year, it basically went nowhere, flat as a pancake. But that's not necessarily bad. It just stinks when you compare it to other sectors like tech or even meme coins that have gone wild. The trick here is understanding investor sentiment, which can be all over the place. Free trading apps made it easy for everyone to jump into the market, and lots of cash flowed into sketchy plays, ignoring some legit biotech opportunities. This is why it's so important to keep an eye on market cycles and sentiment. Now, let's jump into some of the big winners of 2024. Number 5, Tarsus Pharmaceuticals soared about 171% thanks to its drug Xdemvy. Number 4, Mesoblast Limited, which skyrocketed 824%, going from $2 to over $20 a share. Number 3, Summit Therapeutics shot up from $1.50 to over $33 per share by August. Number 2, Viking Therapeutics soared from around $5 to over $94 by February, riding the hype on weight loss clinical trials. And the biggest winner, number 1, was GeneDx Holdings, which went up a mind-boggling 2,693%, climbing from $2.60 to $77 per share. If you were lucky enough to catch any of those, Let us know in the comments. Seriously, spill your secrets. Now, let's go with the losers of 2024. Number 5, Bridge Biopharma, slipped 32% despite having some revenue growth. Number 4, CRISPR Therapeutics, which dropped 38%, kind of surprising given all the hype around CRISPR tech. Number 3, Autolus Therapeutics, which lost 65% even after getting FDA approval for Ocatil, a leukemia treatment. Number 2, Applied Therapeutics, which crashed 75% when its galactosemia drug was rejected. And number 1, Cassava Sciences, takes the prize, falling 90% after its Alzheimer's trial data turned out to be manipulated. And remember, biotech is a stock picker sector. A lot of these companies don't make it. So I personally focus on individual names rather than something broad like the XBI. Again, I'm not giving financial advice, it's just my opinion. So tell us, what are your top 5 best and worst picks for 2025? Drop them in the comments as well. In my view, supportive regulators, potential tailwinds from the Fed, and whatever Elon and Vivek have in mind could make 2025 a blockbuster year for small biotech. I'm excited to see if we get more successful trials, more new treatments, and more lives saved. It's a fresh start, so don't waste your time. Live your best life and enjoy every moment, good or bad. Life is short, so make it count. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and love you guys.